From the ashes of pain, she emerged as a warrior, reclaiming her life and her agency with strength, grace, and resilience. In the sacred dance of self love, she crafted a symphony of healing, transforming her scars into badges of courage and rewriting her story with the ink of empowerment. Extending our warmest greetings to the people tuning in, I am Arna.
And I am Vari, and we are your hosts for this episode of the Sissy Squad through a Shisha. It is truly an honor for us to have Shubhi ma'am back on our podcast today as a guest speaker. Ms. Shubhi Saraswat is an advocate by academics, a double graduate who has attained her master's in law. She has professionally worked with various MNCs and is now exploring the business world as a growing entrepreneur. She is a soul who has been tested by life several times and has come out multiple times with flying colors, as she is someone who firmly believes that no matter how dark the night may get, the sun always shines.
Thank you so much for your kind welcome, for so warm love. I'm truly blessed to be back again with you guys. It's always coming back home to you guys. Thank you for inviting me and thank you for having me over yet again. Looking forward to a beautiful journey with you guys. Yeah.
So, ma'am, for the first question, would you like to tell our listeners a little something about yourself that we may have missed in the introduction?
To be precise enough, my life is now an open book. The entire world knows a lot about me, and you have already described me in so much of beauty of words that nothing is left to be precise and true enough. Yeah, but yeah, I am a soul who is currently exploring the business world and is into a zone of creativity, who loves to bring change to the world through her actions, and this is what I'm doing right now. So yeah, that's all about it. Thank you so much. A lawyer by academics and a poet by heart, and a social activist by by life experiences. What all I can say is I'm a box of multiple choices that God has crafted me with. But yes, I am living every bit of the life that He has given me and is getting stronger day by day.
That was
Yeah.
wonderful. Thank you for adding on to your introduction, ma'am. So now we're moving on to the next question. You have had
Mhm.
your own share of ups and downs, and you have navigated through them so strongly and gracefully. Building on this note, how did you initially decide to pursue the annulment, and what factors influenced this strong decision of yours? Please share your journey with us and any legal or procedural aspects of the annulment process that other survivors should also be aware of.
See, thank you for putting up this question. As me being a survivor myself, I could say that taking up a decision for own self is not easy, not at all easy. My life has shaped me into a more stronger version, which probably I was not. I must say, 5 years back, it was not easy. Not only two factors, but I have to like think for good 500 to 1000 factors before taking a step uh, that I took. And I'm glad that I took it on time, and I'm glad that my family supported me in it, because as you know, we live in an Indian society here. If you take yourself a decision to annul your marriage due to whatever reasons, like uh, the girl is blamed for no reason, means मतलब गलती होगी नहीं होगी उससे दुनिया को कोई मतलब नहीं है. They just have one punching bag right in front of them, which is a girl. So of course that is the issue, and my case was entirely different. I i stood up for annulment because there was no such thing as marriage in the wedlock which I entered. The boy was not physically fit, he cheated us. So annulment you get only when the marriage is not consummated. and I made it a point that I got annulment on this basis. Otherwise, society makes it horrible for a girl to live after the stamp she takes, after the stamp she takes, in terms of their words only. Society ke hi shabd hain, ye stamp and everything, these are such strong words. I would firmly believe ki uh, these words should be stopped by the society to use for a survivor, because it is not something an ice on the cake, it is something which hurts her terribly, because you don't know what your words are pinching to her. So it's not just one factor that I took, it was multiple societal pressure, into a marriage. Then of course I have to think about my younger soul, who is there. By God's grace, he has been a good support, he has been a great support. uh, but still, being an elder one or being the daughter of the family, बहुत सारी चीजें थी. मतलब my finances were played on, my emotions were played on. A lot of emotions and finances were involved in the wedding event. Then there comes a time that I had a word with myself that no, I cannot continue this toxicity in the relationship where he is not ready to communicate about his issues and is constantly gaslighting and blaming me for his own faults. Even I have my own limits. Of course, everybody has, right? I was there to heal him. I was there to help him in the best possible way. But I could only help him when he is there to help me out with his words. If he's not going to speak up, there was the day when I said that no, I cannot take this further. Plus there comes a day when even the manhandling started. So that was my red line stoppage, to the point that I had to take a stand for my own self, and I'm glad I did, and I'm glad that my family supported me in the best possible way.
I think you're very true about how a girl is blamed for everything, no matter if it's her fault or not. So yeah, I think.
And
So
especially when the case of annulments arises, no, it, I don't know, it somehow triggers the male ego, because he's not ready to accept the truth his life is. अगर वो acceptance आ जाए ना, दुनिया बहुत बदल जाएगी. But for that, the humans need to lend ears and they need to communicate with each other. That's the issue. Yeah, it was all about it. I'm glad I did, and yeah, it all happened just. It's all good.
So, for someone who is going through a similar situation and who is listening to your words today, what advice do you have for other survivors considering or currently going through the annulment process? Considering that there are extreme levels of legal procedures involved in this process, which might take an emotional toll on a person who has already dealt with so many hardships.
Yeah, I know it is hard. I can truly understand the feeling or the emotion that one goes through when the legal procedure is on, especially the girls, because they have to go through a lot. Not only physical, it is even mental, it is even societal, it is even from the family. Even from the family, there will be few people who will curse you for taking a step for yourself. So girls, you need to understand that who is more valuable, society or you. Society is not going to pay your bills, society is not going to make you food, it is you who is doing it for yourself. If your inner self is not happy with oneself, that means your partner, if you're not happy with your partner, irrespective of the reason, take a stand for your own self at the right time. Kyuki if you won't speak up, nobody will come to know that what all hardships you are facing. And I would really like to advise that keep a note of evidences that you are presenting in the legal section, because once the legal journey starts, it's all about evidences. Evidences is the only legal language that court counts. तो अगर मैं सच्ची भाषा में बोलूं, तो अगर आपको अपनी सच्चाई साबित करनी है, तो यू हैव टू शो द कोर्ट ऑफ लॉ द एविडेंसेस. उसके बिना वो चीज हो ही नहीं सकती. एंड सेकेंडली, you have to hit your head high. You have to be stronger. That is the toughest part a girl has to go, because on every single date the same repetitive questions are asked with different angles, and the survivor has to go through that hell once again, after, even if your date comes after 15 days or the next month or whatsoever, on every date of your court legal journey, you have to go through that hell once again. So uske liye you need to be very strong mentally. I know it's hard, it's very hard. It's okay to cry, it's okay to break down. Get yourself a shower, get yourself a good cry घर पे, mama papa के सामने, siblings के सामने. But in the court you cannot do it, because that is not how it works. Because you are not wrong, then आप रो करके आप अगर कोर्ट के सामने रोगे, टू बी वेरी फ्रैंक, मैं अगर एक जनरल वे में ये बात बोलूं, that if you will cry in front of the court will stamp you as a guilty. Because उसकी कोर्ट की नजर में ये है कि if you are guilty you will cry and prove yourself innocent, which is wrong with your perspective. So ठीक है, court procedures are very traumatic, they are very traumatic. You have to be very strong in yourselves. I agree, बहुत सारे questions वापस आएंगे, you feel like giving up, you feel like stepping back. Don't do that, please. Because if you once do it, you will regret it for the rest of your life. So all the very best, girls. I know it is hard. I wish you have a speedy trial so that it finishes it off soon, and you have a beautiful life ahead to live, explore, and live happy. That's all I could say to the ongoing annulment processes, or the girls that are going through the same process that I have went through myself. So yeah, good luck, girls. All my heart and word wishes to you. The
Thank you, ma'am.
the,
This
the day, yeah, the sun will shine one day. Don't worry, the sun will shine. I know it's very dark. I know it's terribly dark, but sun will rise again. Yeah, it's all about it.
hearing this answer gave me goosebumps, and I one point that really stuck with me from your answer was that sometimes you need to evaluate कि the society, they will judge you. Some of your family members or relatives, they will judge you, but you need to take the leap of faith, and you need to see कि you have one life and you have to live it with yourself. So you have to do
Exactly.
things for yourself.
From my experience, I'm telling you, since it's the journey, it's through the journey that we are having a discussion right now. With my own journey, I'm telling you, even I was cursed by my so-called well-wishers, that I took a stand for myself. And to my shock, they were my so-called well-wishers. But yes, I was cursed. I heard it from one ear and then let it go. Because अगर मैं उसे दिमाग में बैठा लूं, तो मेरा जीना मुश्किल हो जाएगा यहाँ पे. They were the same ones that cursed me for taking a stand, and they were the same ones when I came out as a victorious soul after all that legal cycle and emotional turmoil. They were the first one to appreciate that we are proud that you took a stand, because he was the one who cheated. So my only concern, I really wanted to change the perspective of how the society looks towards a woman or a girl once she is separated or divorced from her partner, because you need to understand the society that if a girl takes this step, it is at the highest she takes it. It is at the limit of her patience and everything that crosses. Only after that she takes such a step. Because अगर मैं एक ही लाइन में बोलूं ये चीज, तो कोई शादी तोड़ने के लिए नहीं करता है, या कोई भी लड़की ये सोच के नहीं जाती है अपने हस्बैंड के साथ कि मुझे ना 2 महीने में वापस आना, बिकॉज आई नीड टू टेक डिवोर्स फ्रॉम दिस सोल। वो जो असलियत है या जो वो सामने वाले का धोखा है ना, वो जब बाद में सामने आता है, बट देन व्हेन आई थिंक ऑफ इट, आई थिंक that God has better plans for me, and I am happy now as whatever life I'm living, whatever little bit of my own business zone I'm doing, I'm happy with my work. So yeah, I'm happy and proudly single. That's all about it.
Lovely. More power to you. We are
Thank
so
you.
inspired by you. Moving
Thank you
on
so much.
to the next question. Did the
Sure.
experience of seeking annulment contribute to your overall healing from the trauma of domestic violence? In what ways did the emotional nuances of the annulment process impact your self love journey and your personal empowerment? And how has the experience of seeking annulment shaped your outlook on relationships and personal growth?
The journey was very tough, to be very precise and true. It was tough. It was full of speed breakers. It was full of emotional turmoil. It was a lot of things. It For me, it took me good 8 months to accept the fact that I have been cheated. My finances have been played on. My emotions have been played on, and my life has been played on. But thanks to my family and everyone, my genuine well wishers who were right there with me from day one, who took the utmost care that I am doing good, I was able to fight it all. And my journey, the healing journey, became easy because I have my core friends with me. I have my core family with me who understood. So, for family and friends, it is very important to understand the perspective of the survivor, that from the zone she is coming from, right? You need to understand the vulnerability of that soul. And in my case, my family was kind enough, my friends were kind enough, and two more people, rather, I would like to mention, who were a major part of my healing journey. Number one is Tanvi S. Parikh from Pune. Uh, उनका एक बुक मैंने यूज किया था, ह्यूमनी थेरेपी. इट रियली हेल्प मी. It's all about doodling and coloring. I genuinely love that also. So she came in contact with me and she sent me those books. And the other person is Ankita Karan Patel, who made sure she's an Indian actress, Indian television actress. She made sure that I'm doing good, I'm doing fine, and I'm not giving up. She made sure after every alternate day, she used to connect with me, and these little things matter a lot. For a soul who has been shattered like anything for initially, because initial जो आपका vulnerable phase होता है ना, that is very very vulnerable. You need someone to lean on. You need, and I have my elder sister, elder brother, my sister-in-law, my brother-in-law, everybody, their kids around me who made sure that I'm doing good, I'm doing fine. So yeah, it's all about it. I communicated. Even if I felt like terrible, I communicated. So that really helped me, because what I felt was if you're not going to communicate your issues, you're not going to get the solution for it. If you're not feeling good, say it. If you're feeling like having a good cry, say it. If you need a coffee, say it. So saying it helps, and that's I that's how I healed. I kept myself busy with work, with friends, with vacations to be once the one section of the legal procedure was over after COVID. My friends initially they took they took me for a trip. They took me for a trip that you need a break because you are living into that zone for months now. But once that acceptance comes that yes, I have been treated with these issues and everything, वो healing start हो जाती है. And you need someone to communicate. Communication is the key. उसके अलावा कोई option बचता नहीं है. But I know in extreme cases, therapy is also an option. If communication is not helping, I would suggest go to a therapist. He or she will definitely help, because sometimes all you have to do is to seek a professional help. क्योंकि फैमिली काम नहीं आती तब तब फ्रेंड्स भी काम नहीं आते, क्योंकि हम अपने ही उतने वनरेबल जोन में होते हैं कि हमें लगता है कि सब गलत बोल रहे हैं. आप खुद आप एक एग्जांपल देती हूँ मैं बच्चे का ही. अगर बच्चा कोई गलत काम करेगा और उसको पेरेंट्स बोलेंगे कि नहीं ये गलत गलत चीज है, आप ये मत करो, वो नहीं सुनेगा, बिकॉज वो पेरेंट्स है. और अगर वही चीज बच्चे की बुआ ने या मौसी ने या दादी ने या नानी ने बोल दी, वो रुक जाएगा. या वही चीज उसकी टीचर ने बोल दी, वो रुक जाएगा, बिकॉज उसको ट्रस्ट है कि वो एक कनेक्ट कर पाता है प्रोफेशनलिज्म से. वो एक कनेक्ट कर पाता है कि नहीं, मेरी टीचर है यार, मेरी बुआ है. पेरेंट्स के लिए या फैमिली के लिए या फ्रेंड के लिए, वो बच्चे का एग्जाम्पल दे रही हूँ मैं. जब आप अनलमेंट की स्टेज में पहुंचते हो ना, इट इज इवन मोर डिफिकल्ट. सो इट्स ऑल अबाउट आपको स्ट्रांग रहना पड़ेगा, बिकॉज गर्ल्स के पास यू डोंट हैव एनी अदर ऑप्शन. If you want to have a good cry, have a good cry. Close yourself into a room, give yourself 40 minutes, have a good cry, but उसके बाद wipe your tears and get back. Because आप नहीं उठे ना, you will be dumped into the darkness of depression, which is terrible. क्योंकि आपको you have to face the world. That's all about it. You have to face the questions. You cannot run. The reality has hit you hard and you have to accept it. और वो acceptance जितना जल्दी आ जाता है ना, that उतना जल्दी healing process takes you towards a brighter day. So that's all about it. I healed in that proper way, that I had a good connect with my family, my sister, my brother, my parents. I used to tell them everything. मतलब मुझे अगर किसी दिन रोने का बहुत मन कर रहा होता है, सुबह 8, there were days when I used to wake up crying. There were days when I used to wake up crying, but that's okay. That's part of life. That's phase of life. I communicated and I healed, and today here I am sitting in front of you, happy and a happy soul. Yeah. That's all I can say.
Yeah, I think that's very true, whatever you said. So, moving on, were there specific challenges you faced in communicating with your parents about the domestic violence you were experiencing, and how did they respond to it?
See, domestic violence is something very strong word to describe on. Because अगर हम bookish language में जाके if we look into it, it's not only about getting physical abuse, it's even also a sexual abuse, it is even also a societal abuse. Everything comes into domestic abuse. So communicating it with parents was initially quite difficult for me, because to tell them the biggest truth of the life, what it has hit me with is, first of all, has myself got goosebumps कि भाई मेरे को ही वो सच्चाई एक्सेप्ट करने में थोड़ा टाइम लग रहा है. हाउ will they get to know, when will they get to know that their child has been abused, has been cheated, has been played on? So their word would have been like a complete somersault वाले zone में हो जाता. But then I took a good leap of faith and I told my mama about the my so-called partner who cheated us with his physical conditions. That I told my mama that he is not physically fit to lead a family life, and he's, with the result of that, he's mentally ill because due to his physical incompetency, unka frustration level, it was to the extreme level, and he used to manhandle and everything have started. There was the point then I said that no, I cannot take this all, I'm not built to take this all. I communicated to my mother, and then she told it to my father, and then comes a point that we as a family has a discussion that no, this cannot go further. And yeah, the decision of annulment was born, and I took a stand for myself. Yeah, annulment can only be taken only when your marriage is not consummated. So yeah, it was a tough decision to make for me initially, but I'm glad I did, because आपके लिए आपको ही खड़ा होना पड़ता है. Nobody else will come to judge. Nobody else will take a decision for your behalf, on your behalf. So yeah, it's all good.
I'm so happy to hear that your parents are the ones who decided to support you and have your back through this tough process. What are some ways in which parents of survivors and domestic people who are subjected to domestic abuse, very unfortunately, how can their parents end the cycle of abuse by being their pillars of strength? Like some ways in which they can support their children and create a space which is safe and open where their children can discuss what they're going through and share their feelings without feeling that I might be judged or my parents might not like it.
सबसे पहले I would like to request all the parents of girls who are going through this legal journey or are into the process of legal journey is that all she needs is love. आप उनके पास रहिए, आपका होना उनके लिए जरूरी है, आपका सुनना उनके लिए जरूरी है, and your support is what she needs. आप साथ में रहेंगे, then it would be easy for her to go through the legal process or to the emotional uh, turmoil that she might be going or she will be going in future, because वो एक ऐसा चीज है जो which cannot be undone, right? Once you're into a legal process, the emotional turmoil automatically comes on, because legal journey ही ऐसा होता है. तो पेरेंट्स से आई वुड रियली लव टू कम्युनिकेट दिस मैसेज दैट give them a happier space, give them a supportive space, lend them your ears, even if at रात को 2 बजे क्या हो गया, पेरेंट्स नहीं रहेंगे या सिबलिंग्स नहीं बात सुनेंगे, हाउ विल शी कोप अप? आपको ये पहले प्रिसाइज करना पड़ेगा कि आपके लिए जरूरी क्या है. लाइक सोसाइटी जरूरी है या आपकी बेटी जरूरी है? अगर आपको सोसाइटी में रहना है, आपको बेटी से मतलब नहीं है, या आप उसको ऐसे ही आपने फीड करके भेजा है कि डोली में जाना और अर्थी में आना टाइप्स वाले जोन में, तो आई विश यू स्पीडी रिकवरी प्लीज, बिकॉज शी नीड्स यू. एंड स्टॉप कर्सिंग हर. No cursing from the parents, no cursing from the siblings, no ignorance from the siblings. चीजें फील होती है. और जब वो फील होती है ना, वो टेरिबल फील होती है। वो बच्ची ऑलरेडी उस टेरिबल जोन में है, आप यू आर मेकिंग हर फील इवन मोर टेरिबल बाय योर वर्ड्स. We understand you are into that also trauma ki your daughter has been cheated and she has to go through all the legal battle and everything, but try and understand she is also going through the same cycle. So both the ways, the daughter has to understand the parents perspective, the parents has to understand the daughter's perspective. You need to give her that space, you need to give her that confidence in herself, that no, that's okay if the marriage does not work out, it's okay, things happen, और हो गया. अब उस चीज को बैठ करके रोने से कोई सोल्यूशन नहीं निकलेगा. आई अंडरस्टैंड, दुख होता है, it hurts and it hurts terribly, because I myself, being a survivor, I have felt the same way. Today my my friend circle is happily married, they have kids and they are living a happy life, but the perspective of my life has changed now. Like, they are living a happy life in their zone, I am living a happy life in my zone. I am happily single, I am loving my life, I am living it a bit wider space में. तो पेरेंट्स एंड सिबलिंग्स का होना बहुत जरूरी है सपोर्टिवनेस के कारण. हो सकता है पेरेंट्स को गुस्सा आए क्योंकि उनका फ्रस्ट्रेशन भी जायज है, उनके बच्चे के साथ कुछ ऐसा हो गया जिसकी उन्होंने उम्मीद नहीं की थी, जिसकी वजह से शी हैज टू टेक द लीगल बैट. पेरेंट्स का ये चीज समझना कि वो बच्चा किस ट्रॉमा से निकल के आया है आपके पास, उस चीज को ट्रस्ट देना, उस बच्चे को अच्छा महसूस कराना, वो ज्यादा जरूरी है. उस बच्चे को वो सेफ स्पेस देना, दैट डोंट वरी, यू हैव आवर बैक्स, वी आर विद यू, we got this, we got this is what she needs to hear, we got this is what she needs to feel. Because I would say if the friends and family won't support, वो कभी उस ट्रॉमा से बाहर नहीं निकल पाएगी, और फिर वो पेरेंट्स के लिए और ट्रॉमेटिक हो जाएगा. बिकॉज टू depression, I would say severe depression, because when you don't have anybody to hear or to support you in your darkest days, no, वो एक बहुत गंदा इमोशनल टर्मोटॉइल आपको देता है. So parents, I would really like to request you to please lend your ears to your daughters, to give them a happy space, to give them a confident space कि कुछ भी हो हम हैं आपके साथ, just be there for her. She needs all your love and support, and stop cursing her for all damn reasons. मतलब everybody has life, everybody has their own stories and things happen, that's okay. वो acceptance, आप चाहते हो आपका बच्चा एक्सेप्ट कर ले, बट आप ही उस चीज को एक्सेप्ट नहीं कर पा रहे हो तो बच्चा कैसे करेगा. You need to make the environment of home a happy home, because वो ही चीज जरूरी है उसके डार्क आवर्स में. बिकॉज अगर वो घर में सेफ फील नहीं करेगी, सेफ एज इन टर्म्स ऑफ हर इमोशनल हेल्थ, if she's not feeling safe in terms of her emotional health, she will collapse, और वो आपके लिए बहुत ट्रॉमेटिक हो जाएगा. तो प्लीज बी देयर, सपोर्ट हर, आप ही की बेटी है वो. दैट्स ऑल.
Definitely. Because when you know that your parents and your family is supporting you, आपके अंदर एक you get a different sense of power. You feel very relaxed. You feel very comfortable that even though everyone
a,
might be against
a
me, I have my parents, my family with me. This is my safe space.
yeah, this is my safe space, and she gets a different kind of confidence, I would say, क्योंकि उसके अंदर वो एक पॉजिटिविटी ऑटोमेटिक आ जाती है कि नहीं यार, अब मुझे फर्क नहीं पड़ता, मेरा परिवार मेरे साथ खड़ा है, मेरे मेरे भाई बहन मेरे साथ खड़े हैं, आई डोंट केयर अबाउट द सोसाइटी, as far as my parents are with me and my friends are with me. भाई बहन में कितनी ही लड़ाइयां हो जाए, जब एक दूसरे के लिए खड़े होने की बारी आती है ना, सब हो
Yes.
जाता है।
Yeah.
और भाई, ये भी एक फैक्ट है कि भाई बहन या पेरेंट्स कितने ही बड़े, पेरेंट्स के लिए हम हमेशा ही बच्चे हो जाएंगे, चाहे कल को हमारी शादियां हो जाए, हमारे बच्चे हो जाए, बट वी विल स्टिल बी किड्स फॉर आवर पेरेंट्स। तो दैट वर्क्स
Yeah.
द सेम वे। आप उसे सेफ प्लेस दोगे, उस बच्ची को सेफ प्लेस दोगे, तो उसका कॉन्फिडेंस बढ़ेगा, उसका कॉन्फिडेंस बढ़ेगा तो वो जितना कॉन्फिडेंटली घर में रहेगी ना आपके साथ, उतना कॉन्फिडेंटली वो लीगल वर्ल्ड को फेस करेगी, उतना
Yeah.
कॉन्फिडेंटली वो सोसाइटी को फेस करेगी। बिकॉज लीगली द क्वेश्चंस दैट कम्स अप फ्रॉम द अदर पार्टी irrespective ऑफ योर केस, वो बहुत ज्यादा ही डिजास्ट्रस होते हैं। मतलब अगर आप स्ट्रांग नहीं रहोगे, इफ अ गर्ल इज नॉट स्ट्रांग इनफ इन द लीगल बाउंड्रीज, शी वुड कोलैप्स इजीली। वो उस लेवल पे क्वेश्चनिंग होती है। सो और साथ रहना जरूरी है। मेक श्योर यू accompany योर daughters to the legal journey. Be there for her, not throughout the journey, just be there with her in even in the court. क्योंकि आप उसके
Yeah.
साथ रहोगे तो उसको एक कॉन्फिडेंस रहेगा कि नहीं, my parents are there, my siblings are there, they are there with me. वो एक अलग पॉजिटिविटी लेके आता है। या सो दैट्स ऑल अबाउट इट। आई विश
Um,
ये चीज समझे।
yes, ma'am. Because at the end of the day, societal love is very conditional, and like it said that parents and family ka love is the only unconditional, the purest form of unconditional love you can receive in your lifetime. So
एग्जैक्टली।
I think your answer sums up this point very nicely.
थैंक यू
Moving
सो
on
मच।
to the next question. How can people who have undergone domestic violence navigate the social stigma which is very often associated with leaving an abusive relationship and pursuing a second chance at love? How can they overcome this feeling in a better way? And how can a supportive network that understands and respects one's decision to pursue a second chance at love help in such situations?
Very nice question put up, Arna. I'm glad you did. But the survivor needs to understand that it is her life that matters. It is her well-being that matters. It is her mental peace that matters. So she needs to understand that just for the sake of society, is she going to continue to an abusive marriage or a marriage who is full of domestic violence and a lot more, or she needs to understand that she is going to step out and live life freely. And in that case, since we live in India, जहाँ पे लड़कियों को बाय डिफॉल्ट दोषी घोषित कर दिया जाता है, चाहे गलती हो चाहे गलती नहीं हो, अगर उसने अपनी शादी को खत्म करने का डिसीजन अगर उसने लिया है, दैट मीन्स समथिंग इज फिशी विद हर, एंड द सोसाइटी स्टार्ट्स जजिंग हर लाइक एनीथिंग. In that case, she needs to prioritize herself first. Because, as I earlier said, society is not going to pay her bills. Society is not going to give her a living, right? सोसाइटी आज है कल नहीं है, आज वो आपको कर्स करी है, कल वो आपको शाबाशी भी देगी, because they don't have their own essence in it. All she can do is उन सारी बातों को सुने, बट जो चीजें पॉजिटिवली इम्पैक्ट कर रही हैं उसकी लाइफ को, उसको रखे, रादर डंप इट इनटू अ ट्रैश बिन. हम अपने घर में कचरा नहीं रखते, राइट? हम कचरा रोज निकालते हैं. तो एंड ट्रस्ट मी व्हेन आई से दिस, टिल दिस लीगल बैटर और इवन आफ्टर इट, सोसाइटी आपको नहीं छोड़ेगी. आई हैव बीन देयर, आई हैव डन दैट. They have judged me like no other. They still do, but I don't care now. They still do. But I don't care now because I have my own life. I have my priorities set. Indulge yourself, engage yourself into activities that makes you happy, that makes yourself happy. इनिशियली बुरा लगेगा. आज अगर मुझे आके कोई 10 चीजें बोल के जाएगा कि तुमने ऐसा किया, तुमने ऐसा किया, तुमने ऐसा किया, तुमने ऐसा किया, मुझे 5 मिनट के लिए बुरा लगेगा. पर आई आई एम द वन हु थिंक्स दैट क्या ये 5 मिनट मेरे आगे के 50 मिनट के लिए बेनिफिशियल है? नहीं है. अगर नहीं है तो मुझे आगे के 5 मिनट भी इसको नहीं देने हैं. एंड इन दैट यू नीड अ फैमिली सपोर्ट. फैमिली तो चलो ठीक है, फैमिली तो थोड़ा लार्जर वर्ड हो गया व्हेन इट कम्स टू द सोसाइटल स्टिग्मा ऑफ बीइंग अ डिवोर्सी और अ सेपरेटेड सोल. और जो स्टिग्मा, वो एक डिवोर्स वाला स्टैम्प या डिवोर्स वाला शब्द जो एक लड़की के साथ लेके आते हैं ना, वो एक बहुत बड़ी चीज हो गई है. उसके लिए यू नीड अ सोल. मतलब कोई तो आपके फ्रेंड सर्कल में या सिबलिंग्स में कोई तो ऐसा होगा ना जिसको आप अपने मन की सारी बात बोल सको. उसको बोल. चाहे वो भाई बड़ा है, छोटा है, बहन बड़ी है, छोटी है, दोस्त अच्छी है, छोटी है, बड़ी है, कैसी भी है, अच्छी दोस्त है ना, फ्रेंड्स को बोलो. फैमिली को, बिकॉज फैमिली को हर चीज नहीं बोली जा सकती. बिकॉज आप तो परेशान हो ही. आप अगर, क्योंकि गर्ल्स, हमारी हमारी नर्चरिंग पता है कैसे हुई है? हमारी नर्चरिंग ऐसे हुई है कि हमें तो एडजस्ट करना ही करना. ये तो हमारी जिंदगी है. मतलब जब बच्चा होता है, लड़की होती है, तब वो स्कूल में, एजुकेशन में एडजस्ट करेगी, फिर वो अपनी जॉब में एडजस्ट करेगी, फिर वो अपनी शादी में एडजस्ट करेगी. एडजस्टमेंट लेवल एक्सट्रीम हो जाएगा अगर उसने अपना स्टैंड ले लिया, तब वो लोगों के ताने सुन के एडजस्ट करेगी. अरे नहीं, सुनना पड़ेगा. ऑप्शन, बहुत सारी चीजें होती हैं कि अब आपके पास तो ऑप्शन नहीं है. क्यों भाई? मेरी जिंदगी नहीं है. सोसाइटल प्रेशर आएगा, बट वही रोल आपका ही है, बिकॉज जर्नी आपकी है ना. यू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड. आई नो बहुत डिफिकल्ट होता है. देयर विल बी टाइम्स व्हेन यू जस्ट वांटेड टू डंप योर सेल्फ इनटू योर बेड और रोना है, या जस्ट वांट टू ईट अ लॉट. स्ट्रेस ईटिंग भी लोग करते हैं. दैट इज क्वाइट नॉर्मल. दैट्स ओके. चॉकलेट खाना है, चॉकलेट खाओ. चीज केक खाना है, चीज केक खाओ. डू वट एवर यू वॉन्ट, बट अल्टीमेटली आपको खुद को ही उठना पड़ेगा. एट इनिशियली वनरेबल स्टेज होती है, तब आपको लगता है कि यार ये मेरे साथ क्यों हो रहा है, या मैं स्टिग्मा को ऐसे कैसे, हो गया ना. यू कांट डू एनीथिंग अबाउट इट. या तो फिर ये सोच लो कि मुझे, जस्ट बिकॉज मुझे सोसाइटी के तानों से बचना है, तो मैं अपनी शादी में पिटती रहूंगी, अब्यूज होती रहूंगी, जस्ट फॉर द सेक ऑफ कि मेरे पेरेंट्स का पैसा लग गया, ये हो गया, वो हो गया. बहुत सारी चीजें हैं. आप उस चीज को इग्नोर कर दो, या आप अपनी जिंदगी को इग्नोर कर दो. दो ही चीजें हैं. तो चॉइस इज योर्स. एंड आई नो गर्ल्स नाउ डेज आर वेरी वेरी स्ट्रांग, और उनको पता है उनको लाइफ में क्या चाहिए. once they choose their lives, तो see, we are not here to take any kind of crap from the other gender, right? हम अपने पार्टनर से किसी भी तरीके का क्रैप लेने के लिए नहीं हम लोग शादी करते हैं. एंड सोसाइटल प्रेशर तो क्या है? सोसाइटी आज है, कौन सोसाइटी है, कौन? हम लोगों के ही बनाए हुए दकियानूसी वो है, रिचुअल्स हैं कि ऐसा नहीं कर सकते, वैसा नहीं कर सकते, एक बार तलाक हो गया. दीज आर द वर्ड्स दे लिटरली यूज, एंड आई डोंट नो हाउ दे यूज इट. मतलब इतनी अथॉरिटी आ कहाँ से जाती है लोगों के अंदर कि आप एक लड़की को ये सब चीजें बोल सकते हो. मतलब भगवान ना करे कि आपकी बच्ची के साथ ऐसा कुछ हो कभी भी. बट इट्स ऑल अबाउट द गर्ल्स चॉइसेस. मतलब अपने आप को स्ट्रांग रखो. रोना है ना, बस मैं एक ही चीज बोलती हूँ किसी को भी. आई नो इट्स डिफिकल्ट, इट्स वेरी हार्ड लीगल जर्नी. रोना है ना, क्योंकि सिचुएशंस आती हैं जब यू फील लाइक गिविंग अप. गिव अप करना है, रोना है, कमरे में रो लो, बाथरूम में रो लो. दुनिया के सामने मत रोना. बिकॉज आप तो अपना इमोशन हल्का कर लोगे, आप तो हल्के हो जाओगे. दे विल मेक फन ऑफ यू एंड दे विल लाफ एट यू. वो चीज और ट्रॉमेटिक हो जाती है. बिकॉज गर्ल्स, आपकी जर्नी आपको पता है, राइट? सामने वाले को नहीं पता है. The other party was not living with you when you were going all through this storm या darkest phase of your life. आप थे उस बंद कमरे के पीछे, आपके ऊपर हाथ उठाया गया था, आपको अब्यूज किया गया था. बहुत सारी चीजें. जितना खाना आपकी बॉडी के अंदर नहीं गया, उतना खाना आपकी स्किन ने खाया है गरम गरम. अब बताओ क्या एक्सट्रीम लेवल होगा उस पेशेंस का, कि एक एक लेवल पे आकर ही लड़की बोलती है कि नहीं बस बहुत हो गया. तो अगर सोसाइटी ये चीज समझ जाए ना, तो हम लड़कियों का जीना आसान हो जाएगा जिनके साथ चीजें गलत हुई हैं इंटेंशनली. और अगर सोसाइटी को नहीं समझना, मत समझो, हम अपने आप को समझा लेते. मैंने समझा लिया था. आपको क्या लग रहा है? आपको क्या लग रहा है मेरे लिए आसान था? मेरे तो घर में भी कई लोग ऐसे थे, माय सो कॉल्ड वेल विशर्स, जो मुझे कर्स करते थे कि तुमने अपने लिए स्टैंड ले लिया, तुमने अपने लिए ये कर लिया, तुमने पैसा नहीं देखा, तुमने ये नहीं देखा, तुमने वो नहीं देखा. अरे भाई मैंने मेरी जिंदगी देखी. गर्ल्स नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड, पैसा जरूरी है या लाइफ? पैसा वापस आ सकता है, जिंदगी चली गई ना, वापस नहीं आएगी. तो सोसाइटी को तो बंद करो डब्बे में. मालूम है मुझे बहुत डिफिकल्ट है, क्योंकि मैं आज उस 5 साल की लीगल जर्नी के बाद ये चीज बोल रही हूँ. मेरी जर्नी एक अलग जोन में थी, बिकॉज एंड वही चीज है, मतलब आपको समझना पड़ेगा चीजें, सोसाइटी को समझनी पड़ेगी, फैमिली जो इमीडिएट फैमिली है उस चीज को समझना पड़ेगा कि भाई वो बच्ची अलग जोन में है अभी, उसको प्यार दो. दैट्स इट. ऐसे ही हील होते हैं. दैट्स इट. मतलब और कोई ऑप्शन नहीं होता. मैं तो चीजें लिख के अपने आप को हील कर लेती थी. आई लव टू राइट, आई लव टू एक्सप्रेस माई सेल्फ. मैं कम्युनिकेट करती थी एंड आई यूज्ड टू राइट एंड स्टफ एंड आई वाज गोइंग टू बी ऑल ओके गुड. क्योंकि मुझे पता है अगले दिन उठ के मुझे वापस कोर्ट में चीजें फेस करनी है. वो फेस मुझे करनी है, सोसाइटी को फेस मुझे करना है. मेरे माँ बाप आज है कल नहीं रहेंगे, मुझे फेस करना है. मेरा परिवार आज है कल नहीं रहेगा. लाइफ एंड डेथ इज अ साइकिल. जो आज है वो कल नहीं रहता. सेम इज द थिंग विद द टाइम. मतलब आज समय ऐसा है तो जरूरी नहीं है कल कल नहीं रहेगा. इट्स जस्ट अ मैटर ऑफ टाइम. बी पेशेंट, बी स्ट्रॉन्ग इनफ. बट लड़कियों के लिए आई वुड रियली like to say and suggest the survivors or the ongoing legal battle survivors, please stay strong. रोना है ना, अपने बंद कमरे में रो लेना और जी भर के रो लेना, कोई मना नहीं कर रहा. रोना रोना इज नॉट अ वीकनेस. बट कोर्ट के सामने और दुनिया के सामने आप नहीं रोगे, बिकॉज अगर आप रोगे ना तो वो आपके लिए मुसीबत बन जाए, और वो चीज हमें नहीं करनी. तो फिर अब आप दुनिया के सामने एग्जाम्पल कैसे सेट करो? आई वॉन्टेड टू सेट एन एग्जाम्पल दैट yes, मतलब that's okay. I took a stand for myself. If you want to accept it, accept it. If you're not, it's your call. I can't do anything about it, right? मेरे साथ गलत हुआ, मैंने चीजें अपने हिसाब से हैंडल की. नहीं हो रहा था, खत्म. आई एम नॉट देयर टू टेक एनी काइंड ऑफ क्रैप. दैट्स इट. वो और फ्रेंड्स एंड फैमिली उस चीज में मोटिव बहुत वाइटल मोटिव प्ले करती हैं कि उस इंसान को सुनना बहुत जरूरी है. क्योंकि जब आप उस इंसान को सुनोगे ना, आप उसको अननोइंगली हील कर रहे. आपको नहीं पता बट आप उसे हील कर रहे. तो वो सोसाइटल प्रेशर से, सोसाइटल स्टिग्मा से ऑटोमेटिकली हील होना शुरू हो जाए.
Yes, ma'am. I think like society तो बोलेगी, but you need to learn how to prioritize yourself because at the end of the day, you are what matters.
Yeah, it's all about your life. It's all about the life that matters.
Mm,
अरे पैसा क्या है यार? पैसा तो आज है कल नहीं.
mm,
कल सोसाइटी आज है कल नहीं. सोसाइटी है कौन? मतलब हुआ दीज पीपल. इट्स आवर ओन सर्कल. हमारा ही सर्कल है. हमने ही लोगों को बिठा रखा है. चार लोग का चार हम ही बोलते रहते हैं चार लोग क्या कहेंगे, चार लोग क्या कहेंगे. चार लोगों को हम ही शब्द देते हैं और वो वही चीज बोलते हैं. तो वही वाली बात है.
Yes, ma'am.
That's all about it.
Ma'am, I think we're done. So thank you so much for devoting your time to this podcast and for shedding light on such a crucial and sensitive issue. It is always a pleasure for our team to interact with you, and we hope our listeners were as enlightened and empowered as we were through the conversation we had today. Team Gird Up Shisha sincerely thanks you for taking the time to speak with us and wishes you the best for all your future endeavors. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Team Shisha, for having me over yet again. It's always a lovely time talking to you guys. And thank you so much for all your love and warm wishes. I wish you all the best. May you keep rise and keep shining like you always do. Yeah, take care. Have a good day
Thank
and
you,
a
ma'am.
blessed life ahead. Take care. Bye bye. Thank you.